My name's Chris. I am the co-owner and founder of City Block Media, my company. We started back in 2023, and our services include, not limited to, social media, SEO analytics, paid advertising, and websites. Whether or not you're a business that started yesterday or you've been in business for 10, 20 years at this point, we all know that advertising is going digital. The day of the billboards, day of the yard signs, and the flyers are slowly being phased out. Now every time you open your phone, laptop, device, even your TV, right, you're being advertised something digitally. Where my company comes in and where we help out is something with, very specifically, SEO. Sounds like a big fancy term, right? Essentially what it means is that anytime someone's looking online for a specific product, service, Google, Facebook, and any other search engine is gonna have something show up for you, right? Something that's specific. So say, for example, I looked up roofers around my area, right? A certain group of roofers are gonna show up, and it's up to me to figure out who's the best, right? So what we do in our company is actually have your business show up into a place where you're actually able to be found. So you might ask me, how is my company supposed to be showing up at the top? So in order for your business to be showing up online, there's a few steps that we have to take in order to get you there, right? First off being the website. We have to make a good, compelling website for you to actually be found in the first place. If someone's clicking on your site, we have to make sure it looks professional. Our company makes custom-made websites, so anytime someone does click on your website, they're more inclined to either shoot you a call or fill out a form submission that we include on all of our websites. What does making a good website look like? So we have to make sure that we have call to action buttons, making sure that we can always find where your phone numbers are, make sure we have enough pages and enough verbiage to make sure that people actually understand what you offer as a company. Now that's the first group that we have to appeal to, your clients. Second audience that we're going to be appealing to is Google itself. So we're constantly tracking and doing data analytics to make sure that we're not only keeping up with Google's updates, but making sure that we're staying ahead of the competition. It's not only a matter of creativity, but also a matter of how much effort we're putting in on the backside of it. We're constantly looking up the best keyword information, trying to make sure that we're staying ahead of Google's game, and making sure that we're following all the criteria for content to make sure you're actually showing up for the services you want to get. Next step being on there is the actual coding aspect of it. Making sure that your website loads quickly, make all of your tags on your websites are exact. So if I'm on the home page, Google recognizes it's the home page. If I'm on a service page, Google understands what page you're on, so that way they're able to rank you accordingly. These are all steps that we include with our website building, and everything is custom made to you. So if you ever want to make updates, if you ever want to make changes, we're always in depth with you. We change with you as a business. You're never going to stay stagnant. Now, one of the other biggest aspects of what we do as a company is do your directory listings. So we talk about a lot of Google and what they operate with. They actually dominate the market when it comes to searches, right? We want to be on the biggest platform because that's where all your clients are at. But we don't only want to appeal to one search engine, and neither does Google. We power list you on about 50 to 75 different platforms, so that way anytime someone looks up your company for either name, phone number, address, or website, always able to find your information and make sure it's consistent. Now, say if you have different phone numbers, different addresses, even different business name spellings, that could actually hurt you from getting ranking on any of these platforms we're talking about. And some, not limited to, Bing, Google, Yahoo, Facebook, Yelp, Yellow Pages, Waze, Uber Eats, Snapchat, any and anywhere that's online, we can blast you on that's mainstream. Which, again, if we can expand the net as wide as possible, why wouldn't we want to go onto those platforms to get you some clients? That's websites and SEO. Every single company needs it, and we can go a little bit more in depth with it in the future, but if you want to ask questions or whatnot, feel free to reach out to our website, cityblockmedia.com. And my phone number information is there, so if you have any questions or if you want to look into it further, by all means, reach out. The next step of what it takes for your business to actually take off, not only for SEO, just online in general, is social media. Google's made a lot of changes this past year due to everything that's going on with AI. A lot of the strategies that we're looking before with SEO are going out of date. So it's a lot competitive market right now because people aren't in depth to the strategies. What Google's focusing on now is traffic to your site. Right? Keyword analytics are always going to help you. Everything with SEO is going to help. But what's going to push that farther is actually having social media to push it farther than what it already is now. So what do I mean by that? If you have a Facebook page or an Instagram where people are liking, sharing your information, and same way I'm talking with you right now, they go to your website to get more information. Now you have people who are interested in your product, who are clicking on your website, who are staying on your website. Google obviously sees that you have some sort of value. So they're going to rank you higher over someone who doesn't have anyone visiting their website at all. So we heavily try to focus on social media now, so that way we can post consistently, we can have a client basis, plus any sort of social media is just word of mouth on steroids. People can, again, share, like, follow what your content does, and then whenever eventually they need a project to be done, they know a referral that can easily be a client for you. They already have somewhere where they can know you personally. Lastly, with everything that we talked about so far, these are all great strategies that our company helps out with. So again, SEO, websites, social media, last part being the ad campaigns. Now, ad campaigns are terrific, but it is a pay-to-play game. Essentially what this is just skipping the line to get to your client directly. These paid advertisements are everywhere. Again, Google, Facebook, Instagram, any type of social media or search engine that we can get our hands on, you can pay to be in that top spot. So those same keywords that we're talking about before, use an example, lawyer, right? Say you're looking for DUI lawyers, or you're looking for divorce lawyers. We can have a specific ad show up sponsored on Google. So when someone does those searches, you pop up as an ad, and you are more likely to get that while your SEO is working in the back end. Now that's an instant client. Not only that, but if someone sees your ad in the first place and maybe they don't do business with you, now you get brand recognition. Now, every time someone clicks on your ad, that again helps your SEO rank higher because you have traffic on that website. So everything that we talk about so far goes hand in hand. If we have all these steps come together, it's how we have business directed to your site. Say they still don't give you a call, or say they're just price shopping around. You still get brand recognition at the end, and say in the next 2 weeks when they finally make their decision, you're already in their books. Why is this strategy better than other means as far as like leads, as far as like billboards and flyers, anything physical, right? Let's start off with leads. I've worked with plenty of companies who've used lead generations in the past, anywhere from Angie's Leads, Thumbtack, Home Advisor, I've heard them all. Not to say that these lead strategies haven't worked for other companies before, because they have. But when you're investing into these companies, all you're doing is paying for their SEO, paying for their ads to advertise their company. So going back to the lawyer example, if I'm paying to be on Thumbtack, I am paying that company to advertise their services, saying like, hey, take a look at our list of lawyers and reach out to them. If you're investing into another business, why not invest that into your own marketing and services to get you showing up in the same place that they are? Most of the time, whenever you look at any searches online, whether it be blue collar, white collar, you're gonna see these lead companies show up there. They're essentially just smaller search engines than Google, right? If I go to Angie's List and I look up for roofers in the area, I'm going to see a list of roofers, and now my lead gets dispersed amongst 10 guys. Versus with SEO, paid advertising, social media, you're building a brand, and these clients are reaching out to you versus you having to sit there and cold call. Now, when it comes to physical advertising is always going to be existent. It's never going to go away, right? But at the end of the day, if it's billboards, if it's flyers, those are all great brand recognitions. But you can't specifically target your clients the same way you can with SEO. So say you had a neighborhood where you had every single household that needed your product, right? You would invest all of your flyers into that one neighborhood. It's essentially what you're doing with websites and SEO. It's just digital. Every time someone's looking up for how to repair my roof or roofers in my area, I need a real estate lawyer, right? Every single one of those people who are looking that up need your product. They're looking that up for a reason. Versus flyers, billboards for anyone to see, well, it's a lot more broad. SEO is so specific, and that's why it costs the way it does. That's why it's such a huge market, and that's why companies like myself exist, because it's a very competitive field. So that's why we've taken the steps to figure out the ins and outs of it. That's why we've taken the ins and outs of figuring out what your competition is doing, how we can do it better. And it's only a matter of time to where this is the only way people will advertise. Not a matter of if, just when. Now listen. Now, we just covered the surface level of a lot of things when it comes to SEO and how we can advertise with social media, paid advertising. We'll do a little bit more in the future, but if you do have any questions, again, reach out to our company's website, cityblockmedia.com. go ahead and shoot me a call. If you have any more questions, I'm always more happy to answer, and you'll talk to me directly. You don't have to sit there on the waiting call list, and you never have to hear back from anyone. You talk to me directly, right? And we are going to grow as a business, but I've worked into multiple marketing companies in the past, and I've seen all the mistakes and essentially what's bringing them down as a multi-million-dollar company. I know the mistakes to make, and I know how to avoid them. If you have any more questions, by all means, feel free to leave something in the comments, go to our website, check out more information, or give us a call. But by all means, I hope you have a good rest of your day.